Ellie. I'm so excited for you guys to check out my channel. I shall be doing a hodgepodge of fashion videos, whether you like it or not. So the last fact about me is that my favorite candy is Jolly Ranchers. So here's just some of my stash of them. I have some of the Jolly Rancher lollipops and the actual Jolly Ranchers. So here's my outfit of the day. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and comment down below some ideas for future videos. Bye guys!
Now I think it's safe to say that I have learned a thing or two about myself since I was 13. First thing I learned from being 13 up until my last year being a teenager is that hard work really does pay off. I think that's something that we hear a lot of the time, and it leads to the question of how exactly do you do something? How do you start this hard work? I really learned and trained myself from a young age that going towards my dreams was completely attainable and something that I had at the grasp of my hands just by continuing to work hard and not let what others say stop me. My second lesson I learned is that some of the things that I used to struggle with the most about myself are some of the things that I now appreciate the most about myself and I find to really help me in my life. For instance, I've always struggled with being a perfectionist. It really was challenging when I was younger, but I realize now that it's something that I have and deal with every day on top of a lot of other things like my anxiety, my OCD, but they're things that I'm able to kind of grow with and manage and know that they don't stop me from doing my life and what I love to do, but that there's ways to work around them and not try and just hide them away or pretend that they're not there, but really acknowledge them and allow myself to work through it. Third thing I have learned before entering my 20s here is that growing up is in fact inevitable. Even looking back at this footage makes me super sad because times felt so much more simpler, but I've realized now that I have to enjoy the process because you can't slow it down, you can't speed it up, it just is what it is. I no longer sit and dwell on the fact that I'm getting older. Life, yes, used to be so much more simple and planned out for me, and so many people did the hard and challenging things for me in life. I was able to be dependent on others and find the simple things in life. Each chapter is just as special as the last, and I'm going to miss the current one I'm in, so why not enjoy it and make the most of the one that I'm in now? I've also learned to allow myself to feel what I feel when I feel it. Sometimes if I feel myself getting worked up or overwhelmed by a particular emotion, I think taking a step back and being alone for a second to cool down is okay. Growing up, this was not something I really knew how to do. I vocalized my emotions pretty drastically or would get upset at family, but I've learned now that it's okay to allow yourself to feel what you feel, whether it's overwhelmed, sad, angry, upset, whatever it is. Allow yourself to feel it and really understand why you're feeling it. Give yourself the respect of feeling it and not making yourself feel ashamed for it. The fifth thing I learned throughout being a teenager was how to be a friend and not just have one in return. I think it goes both ways, and that was something that I really learned at these pivotal times in my life. I've also realized that some friends are meant for certain chapters of life, some are meant to be old friends, some are meant to be new friends, and then there's always some in between. That doesn't mean they need to all be your current best friend. I've learned from my own mistakes in friendships and how to problem solve, be there for a friend, and use communication to create stability and strength in these friendships. I can truly say that I have learned before becoming 20 here that I know exactly what it means now to be a friend if I want one in return. sixth thing that I have learned, that traveling is one of the greatest gifts in my life. I have really learned to appreciate the fact that money will always be money, but experiences are not always going to be there. Any item, any physical thing can always be there, always be bought, but these experiences and traveling in life are so precious, and those are the moments that I will take with me for the rest of my life. Not what new outfit I bought or what new makeup product I have, but really the places I've been, the people I've met, and the things that I've learned in these places. Coming up on number 7 here, I have that if you want trustworthy people to be in your life and to have them gravitate towards you, you have to be trustworthy back. This also goes along with how to be a friend, but it goes even deeper than that, where if you want something in a certain person in your life, you have to really reflect with yourself if you are being what it is that you want, because you attract what you're thinking about, who you are. I think this is something that has been really important for me to learn while growing up. Number 8 is that life is going to throw curveballs. You cannot allow them to keep you down for too long. It's allowed for you to feel them and to be disappointed or have yourself a bad couple of days or whatever it is, but don't let it knock you down too long, because they are a part of life, just like the amazing things in life are going to be there. There's also going to be the inevitable bad times. It just depends how you let it affect you and for how long you let it affect you. You can feel something, but you can't dwell on it for too long. That is something that I really had to work on through some of the hardest times in my life. Number 9 is that others' opinions or comments on me has everything to do with them and nothing to do with me. This is one of the hardest lessons I have learned through growing up. It's really hard to understand, and it does take a while to fully understand the depth of that, but I think it takes knowing yourself better than anyone, so why allow someone else's opinions or thoughts or comments or remarks on you alter what you already know about yourself? Now, number 10 kind of goes along with number 9, but I've learned that the past is in the past, so why sit and dwell on it? Nothing can be done about it. My past actions, thoughts, experiences, struggles, or any moment, good or bad. Instead, I've learned to find the lessons in all of these disappointments or whatever they may be and apply them into my future to better myself, because that is what life is all about, constantly evolving, making mistakes, and learning from them, and learning to become the best version of you. Many thoughts going on with it. Number 11 is that I've learned to protect my energy. I no longer give my energy and time to anyone who just wants it. In the past, I wanted to be around anyone and everyone to really just feel accepted and liked, and that I had people that cared about me regardless of how many or who they were. And it really altered the way that I viewed myself. If others liked me, then I guess I liked me. I've now learned that choosing to be alone rather than in groups of energy suckers is something that is really important to me, and there is power in being alone and learning about yourself. Number 12 is that no one will have my back truly the way that my family does. I used to be the typical teenager that thought I was way too cool for my family and I had it all figured out and could do everything on my own. But I now realize that I have some of the most fun and the most memories with my family, and I've learned to appreciate the fact that they have my back and know me better than anyone, and that is something that I will cherish with me forever. Number 13 is let others talk. People always have an opinion or something to say on you, so just let them talk and don't let it affect how you view yourself. Number 14 is to live in the moment and stop missing a moment before it's even over. This is something I've struggled with from the time I can remember, and it's still something that is a work in progress for me. I've really worked on learning to enjoy a moment for what it is and not constantly be thinking about the next moment or how I'm going to miss the current. Number 15 is that my mood swings are a part of me and that I've had to learn to accept them and manage them. I think I used to be really ashamed of the fact that my moods could go from the highs and lows super fast. I've learned that it is okay, and that as long as I can work on myself and better myself and allow myself to feel what I feel, then I'm working on becoming the best version of myself. I've also learned to fuel my body with working out and eating well and eating what I want and when I want. Finding a good balance all the way around when it comes to my health is something that has been really a priority for me into my late teens and something I'll be taking with me into my 20s. Now, number 17 is something that I've also learned pretty late into my teens, but it's to really be mindful with my own thoughts and what I choose to think about and allow my energy mentally towards. I've noticed a huge change in how I feel in my day-to-day life while really focusing on the positive and not just letting little things get me down. Channeling my thoughts towards the good in life has really helped me. Now, number 18 is super special to me because it's been something I've been working on now at 19 and a half here that I will be taking with me into my 20s. This is how to make my own makeup products alongside amazing product testers in a company Buell. Learning to create my own products and all the importances of the ingredients, the packaging, how to make things sustainable has all been such a learning process for me and something that I didn't know that much about before this started for me at 19 and a half. I've also learned about makeup and how I prefer a minimal makeup preference with setting spray, gloss, brows. I've really been able to experiment with makeup throughout my teenage years, and finding what I love and feel best in I think has been super special for me. My hard work has come to fruition with this, and I will have the link in the description to be a part of the hugest chapter in my life with Buell x Ellie and my first product ever, the 19 and a half lip plumping oil.
Sunsets, where you place your head on my shoulders against left unsaid. We sleep back to back, living in the past. Well, the present can leave so fast.
Number 19 is that I've really learned to trust and value my own self. I think I used to have a lot of self-doubt, whether it came to how I viewed myself, how I viewed myself in group settings, but I really learned to appreciate every part of myself, whether that's the fact that I overthink, I'm intuitive, I protect my energy, all these things kind of wrapped up here. I've really learned to enjoy myself and really love myself and every part of that, because it's just me and myself at the end of the day, and nothing I can change about that, so why not make the most of myself and have a great ass time in this life with me. We are at 19 and a half. I think this is one of the most important things I've learned growing up being a super boxed and anxious person. I have learned that life has begun for me the minute I step out of my comfort zone, which is what I am doing here, if you know what I mean. Getting out of the comfort zone and stepping out of that box, I've created some of the most special memories and done very unique things to get me into amazing situations where I've met some of the best people in my life. Hopping out of that comfort zone every now and then is definitely needed. Well, hello everybody. I hope you enjoyed just watching a 15-minute summary of my teenage years. That was really emotional to go through. I was going through clips and footage of myself that I have not seen since I uploaded it when I was like 13 and 14. Really something to edit this. This was one of my favorite videos I've ever made because it was a great reflection thing for me to look back at everything I've done in my teenage years, and I know they look a lot different than normal teenage years of high school and football games and all of that fun stuff. It's definitely very, very unique, but I'm so grateful for it. And the fact that you're watching this on my birthday is pretty cool. But the main purpose behind this, the last big accomplishment, if not the biggest of them all, that I made in my teenage years was coming out with my own makeup collection, my own brand, 19 and a half. And I just can't even believe I'm saying that because it's something I've always dreamed of and put out there, but just never knew how to execute it. So when Beeble came to me and had the idea to just give me the reins and really take control of what I wanted, it meant so much because I don't believe in just putting my name on something and trying to sell it. This has been something I've been literally hands-on with, going to multiple meetings, traveling a lot for, having amazing product testers that I got to do Zoom calls with, and they were sent the different samples. We were able to change certain things. I'm so grateful to have had such a learning experience. What I've learned through this is going to take me really far into my life of how you make a brand and how you're supposed to be so hands-on with it. It was just really, really, really special to me. 19 and a half is the time capsule. My life and my journey through my teenage years as I'm about to enter my 20s. This is one of my products here, the first one that is out, my lip plumping oil. I feel so passionate about this because lips has always been one of my most favorite and go-to things that I like to focus on with makeup. I don't do a lot of full face makeup, or I would not claim that I'm amazing at makeup by any means. And so finding something like this for every day, whether you're going to class, doing a light minimal makeup look, doing full glam, whatever it is, you can use it for anything. It's not a normal lip plumper, which is just drying out your lips and plumping them. It's doing a 3-in-1. It's a lip oil, which is hydrating them, a lip gloss, which is making them glossy and shiny and really pretty, and it's a plumper, which means it is plumping those lips up. So that is why it is a 3-in-1. I feel so happy about this. This is in the shade Rose Petal, and I named it that because my middle name is Rose. I also have Desert Sand right here. I had to do Desert Sand because I'm a desert girl, and I'm literally in the desert as we speak with my cowboy boots on, so it had to happen. You can shop these down below. They're only open for a limited amount of time, and it would mean the absolute world for you guys to try these out and give me your feedback. This is hopefully the start of something so much bigger, and I just want to thank you guys because this is physically, emotionally, and literally only possible because of you guys that have supported me through my teenage years and supporting me into my 20s, because I still got a lot to learn, and we'll do it together. So I will see you guys very soon. I love you and thank you, and shop these down below. Okay, goodbye.
Everyone's lining up to see her.